Hello, everyone. We have proper audio? We do have proper audio. Good. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of our Minecraft Vanilla Experience modpack playthrough. In our previous episode, I think it was, we decorated our, middle floor. I'm currently in my, test world. Oh, I can't really see the middle floor from the outside. Can't now, can I? Do. Yes. In a previous episode, we decorated this floor, and I haven't really decided. I don't think I fully decided what I wanted to do this episode, but the plan now is to plan out the warehouse. I don't know if I'll actually get started on building it in this episode in the survival series. I want to plot out the area for it. Since it's going to be centralized among all my farms, I feel like putting it right here will probably be good. So I'm kind of planning on flattening out this area. I can get rid of this torch. Maybe not dig down here. Let's see. So I want this to go out quite a bit. We want our warehouse to actually be pretty large. And I don't know how big that's going to end up being, so we'll get a rough estimate here in a bit. Because we want to have plenty of storage from this farm and that farm and these two farms. I mean, we want to have plenty of storage for all of the farms, but it's also going to be in regards to the production rate of each farm. Like, the storage for this farm is going to be far smaller than the storage for these two farms, because these two farms produce much faster than this farm. And then that farm is going to be slightly bigger than this, or that farm's going to have slightly more storage than this farm, because that farm actually produces a lot more than that farm. You know what I mean? So what I want to do is build up a rather large area for the storage, or for the warehouse, the storage warehouse, the centralized storage warehouse. And I'm not going to be able to find a way to connect the storage up there down here without having it just flow out the side of the building. Because I really did not leave much room for that kind of stuff. I mean, if I really, really wanted to, and it's kind of a long shot, I could pipe the output of the upper farm into the actual chamber of the creeper farm and have it just fall into this storage and go through that way. That would mean I'd have to connect it in a very specific way, because I can't just connect it straight down the center, because that's where the snow golems are. I would have to find a way to shoot the items out while negating any and all horizontal trajectory so they don't end up landing in a spot where they're not supposed to. Which, now that I think about it, isn't that... It's not going to be too difficult. It's just dispensing it directly into a wall, basically. I don't know how much dirt I have for this. But it's definitely not as much as I'm going to need to fill out this square. And I'm not going to just, like, cover it up and have a hollow ground here. That's just lazy. I may be many things, but lazy is one of them. Jeez Louise. I really hate tall grass. I guess I can technically just design this in the redstone testing world. Because it's not too complicated. I just wanted to design it in the creative version of this world because I wanted to also, like, gauge the scale that I have, or the room I have to work with, you know? And personally, my FOV's fine. Personally, I think this area is big enough. That's a large area. I don't want it to go further this way. It doesn't need to look natural. A city is anything but natural. There we go. Good enough. Warehouse area. Large. Okay, what do I want to build the warehouse out of? What material? Honestly, I'm feeling some form of brick type material. Brick looking material. The warehouse. It's gotta look like a warehouse. Let's see, so we got tough bricks, normal bricks, resin bricks are going to be difficult to come by, mud bricks. We've got black stone bricks. What other brick-looking blocks are there? You got the stone bricks. The deep slate bricks. There's no andesite bricks. We got the stone bricks. Is that all the bricks? That's all the bricks. What about colored blocks? There's no colored bricks. Yeah, that's all the bricks. All right. Here we go. So, honestly, I think resin bricks is kind of out of the question because of how expensive they are. I need to make a resin farm, and I don't know how to make one of those. Is that even in functional blocks? No, natural block. Oh, actually, no. Pale oak. Where's the pale heart? The creaking heart, whatever. There it is. So if I were to make a resin farm, how would one go about doing such a thing? Of course, I'm not going to build the test version on the warehouse lot. Probably try building it over here. Yes, I'm getting sidetracked and distracted. Assuming. Hold on, I need to build this higher up. Prevent the creaking from spawning. Where it shouldn't. Alright, so, questione. If I'm not mistaken, resin only spawns on natural creaking hearts, not player-placed creaking hearts. But I could be wrong. So if I were to hit you, resin is generating. It doesn't register me as a potential. Alright, then how do I harvest the resin is the next question. Can I use water? No, I cannot. Can I use pistons? Ooh, the creaking heart can't be pushed by pistons. Good to know. So what if I do it like so? Next question. Will putting him on top of magma blocks cause... No, it will not. You'd think you would, considering, you know, wooden creature. Guess not. Anyways. Oh, look at that. Alright then. How do I automatically damage you? Well, if I want to AFK, I'd have to AFK in a corner. I can guarantee spawns in a specific spot. I need you to go that way. Thank you. I can ensure it spawns in the same spot every time. I could build a method of harm for it. Or I can at least attempt to build a method of harm for it. Does it get hurt by wither roses? Dang it. Uh, 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 um... me a second. Try throw an item in here. It'll end up going down the center. Okay. Then can't go up. There. Now if I do this. You know, I didn't think that far ahead. If I do this, really? That's not good. How do I power the bottom pistons? The only way to do so would be through here. For this block right here, and I have no idea how to do that. I think I need my drop chute to be lower, or my collection chute to be lower. Oh, anyways, so we'll just do andesite for now. This to prevent him from spawning anywhere else. Alright, now if we do... He spawned up there. You were not supposed to spawn up here. Did you already spawn? No, but it's trying to spawn. It can't find a valid place to spawn. What if I do this? Refresh. Ugh. Hi! You're not supposed to do that. How dare you? Come on. Oh, at this point, I'm just going to look up a resin farm tutorial. Anyways, quartz bricks and endstone bricks. I forgot about that. And nether bricks. There's so many bricks. Eating away, I'm going with prismarine, because I do not have a guardian farm. So we got stone bricks. Mossy stone bricks is going to be too difficult to get. Deep slate bricks, tough bricks. Ironically, not too tough to get. Normal bricks, those would be a pain to get. Mud bricks would also be a pain to get, but not that bad. Resin, prismarine, nether bricks. Red nether bricks. Kind of difficult to get, but not too bad. Polished blackstone bricks, not too bad. Endstone, really easy. Quartz bricks. And then the infested bricks. These are different brick types I'd be willing to work with here for the warehouse. I might go with endstone bricks, actually. Where the skeletons don't burn. Get out in the sunlight. Coward. Anyways, warehouse. Ow! I kicked my desk. I want some kind of pillar in the corner if I'm going to do endstone bricks. I kind of want it to be a slightly darker color, but still a nice light shade. Kind of like sandstone. How tall do I want the warehouse, too, is the next question. I mean, I'd say that's pretty tall, but I still... I need to gauge how high I want the chests to be. That's the next thing. So we need room for the sorting system behind the chest, so we'll give it 4 blocks of space between the wall and the chest. 4 and 4. Perfect. Each silo will be 3 chests wide, and well, the average survival player reach height, I believe, is this. Hold on. Wrong one. I can reach the top one. Alright. How much higher can I go? I think that's pushing it. I reach that one if I jump, and I cannot reach... Oh, I can just barely reach that one. You know, I don't feel like that's enough storage, honestly. 18 double chests? Because, like, I've spent so much time in this area. The gunpowder farm is already almost full, and that's 9 chests. The paper farm is pretty much completely full, and that's also 9 double chests. So already the silo would be half full at this point. For both of them. So I feel like maybe a double silo for the gunpowder and paper farm. Yeah. And then... Well, let's see. That's the... gunpowder... and paper. It's already way too close to the creeper farm. Because, let's see. How much room do I actually need behind the storage system for... sorting system? That's not enough. That changes things. Hmm. How do I have the sorting system up here? That's exactly how I had it, though. What the heck? That's not exactly how I had it. Interesting. That's exactly how I had it. So that's the space I need for the sorting system. I do not think I can compact that into well, where it needs to go. I'm going to need a lot more than 4 block space between the wall and the... I mean, I could move this over 1 block. Why is that draining? That was weird. Alright, so that makes it stick out just 1 more block. I need to push it in. I actually need to push it in 2 blocks. Or expand the wall out 2 blocks. Either way, I need to move it further away from the creeper farm. We're going to need to do some deforestation. Alright, let's get to the creative test world now that I have What was I doing here? Oh, more experimentation with the double doors. I'll never figure that out, honestly. Okay, so back to the drawing board. Maybe sandstone isn't the best choice for this. About... I hate to say it, birch. I didn't have this going. Alright, so birch and stone bricks, if I can find them. There we go. We need chests, comparators, repeaters, redstone torches, and hoppers. And then, of course, pearlescent frogmites. Alright, so... we want each silo to be 6 chests high. 5, 6. Alright, and then we need enough space for the sorting system to do its thing. Did I do that right? I did not. Oh. Yeah, the placeholder really only works if I don't put the placeholder through the sorting system. Oopsie. So it should be 16 here and 10 here. Yup. I don't know what. Oh. Yeah. So that would work. Hmm. Whoops. Torch. There we go. Like, what item am I missing from my hotbar? And then... Yeesh. That is honestly a lot of space that's going to be going unused here. That's the size of the warehouse. Yeesh. I forgot the storage system, or the actual sorting redstone. Dang it. Okay, so that's even more wasted space back here. Hold on. That was nice while it lasted, but that goes out 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks from here. One, two, three, four. Oop, there we go. This stream might as well just be just the design phase of this project. Just saying. Well, it's definitely not as tall as the warehouse is actually going to be. Because we need it to be high enough to cover this. This is going to be the highest point in the warehouse. There's going to be one tall warehouse. That's what the corner of the warehouse is going to look like. Should I have... It might include spacers. Because this is how that's going to be spaced out. Is there end stone brick stairs? There are. Nice. Do frog lights count as a solid block is the next question, actually. They do. Wow. Who would have thunk it? All right, and then Ba- ba. I want that higher up. Nice. Almost. All right. So that's the first silo, second silo. These two will be for gunpowder. These two will be for paper. Then we can have a crafting table in the corner. To make fireworks. Then we have silo for cactus. Then a silo for iron. If we're planning on making a resin farm at some point, we're going to need to make a silo for that as well. Which I guess I can put right here. No. Hmm. don't know if I like that, actually. Hmm. Is there a center between these two? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There is. And that would be here. It's 5. Oops. I like that. All right, what does it take to craft a endstone brick? I'm assuming it's a 1-to-1 in a stone cutter. Yeah, it's a 1-to-1 in the stone cutter. That's not too bad. But this is definitely going to take several shulkers of endstone, which isn't actually going to be too difficult to mine. If I had a beacon. I'm not gonna focus too much on details here, mainly because it's gonna be hidden behind this. So this side of the wall doesn't need that much detail. This side of the wall, on the other hand, I would like some form of detail. And I like this detail. This wall is one block too long. I like this detailing. I feel like it needs something more, though. Like maybe some mud bricks along the bottom. No, that doesn't line up properly. E. There's no bricks that are slightly darker than end stone bricks. Hmm. I guess I could use birch planks. I just wanted a bit more of a faded look, but I can't seem to find a good block for that. Smooth sandstone? That really sticks out like a sore thumb, doesn't it? Bamboo planks? Now look at that color difference. That's too much. Pinstone really is a hard block to do a good gradient with, huh? stripped birch was like my best choice here. Hmm. If instead I chop out some of the whoops, some of the bits and did this. Ooh, I like that. Really gives it that like weathered building kind of look. Speaking of which, nice. I'm really happy with how that's turning out. Look at that. I like that. It really gives it a nice weathered building look. Anyways, what other farms am I planning on like building in the city area? Because we have the gunpowder and the paper farms picking up a double silo because they produce a lot. We have one for the cactus farm. We can have one for the magma cream farm. Or the magma block farm, I should say. And then we have the storage for the iron farm. The Froglight Farm. And the... We got 2 more silos. Or what? Yeah, 1 more silo on each wall right here. Um... I mean, we're having the iron farm, and we're not getting rid of the flowers from the iron farm. We can have the poppies. And then... I guess we can have the resin silo over here. And then we have pretty much 2 whole walls worth of storage silos. To figure out what to do with. This will be the entrance over here, of course. Six, 8. Still no glass doors in the game. I'm actually kind of surprised Mojang hasn't even considered adding glass doors yet. I mean, granted, that would mean they would have to include a door for each color of glass, including the tinted glass, so that I can see why they haven't done that yet. But it is what it is. Waxed exposed copper door. Hmm. Yeah, that'll fit in there. Of course, we're going to need a silo for miscellaneous stuff like mob heads. So I guess that can be one of these silos. Or maybe one of... No, it's going to have to be one of these silos, because I get those pretty common. So any storage that... or any farm that produces mob heads would definitely require a silo. So I think that will be one of these two. Also, if this over here is going to be the start of the popper line, let's see. 3 away from the walls. 1, 2, 3. We're going to need an item elevator in to go into here. Which we can disguise up here as an air conditioning unit or something. What's a good chiseled tough bricks? And then of course we're going to need more than just that. But, like, that's pretty well disguised, in my opinion. That might just be the play here. So what we're going to need is a crap ton of wood, for starters. And a crap ton of endstone and crap ton of wood, iron, and endstone. Unfortunately, the crap ton of wood is going to have to be birch. And not just birch planks, birch logs. So we're gonna need to get chopping. I think, if I'm not mistaken... Oh, there's a birch forest right here. So we could be just fine on the birch side of things. It's really the end stone that's going to be a bit of an annoyance. Gosh dang it. As is that. Alright, do I have any empty shulker boxes? I have this one. I have too much, I have too much concrete. Did not think that was going to be an issue, but I have too much concrete. And now that I think about it, with how big this is, how big I'm planning on having that warehouse, I don't think this area right here is big enough. Hold on, let's go back to the creative experiment. Yeah. This is definitely not big enough. Also, we switched from sandstone to birch. Because, A, it's easier to get, and B... Actually, sandstone is actually easier to get, because I can just make sandstone out of sand using the sand duper. Either way, this area is not nearly big enough. Warehouse entrance, I kind of want to be over here, too. Let's demolish this the old-fashioned way. Oh, you have a high blast resistance. That's fun. That's easy. It was just easier to do that. Wish I had, like, light Matica or something. So this is, I suppose it's going to be a square building. Like, there's no doubt about it. There's going to be a square building. So if I can just calculate how wide it is, I can calculate the length as well. Or get the length as well. So 2, 5, 6, plus another 4. That's 10 blocks. 14, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 37 blocks wide. Let's give that another once over. So 7, 10, 13, 14, 15, 17, plus 17, 34, 35, 36, 37. Yes, so it's 37 blocks wide. Or 37 blocks squared, and then I didn't really catch how many blocks tall. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll call it roughly 12 blocks tall, but we really don't need to worry about the height much. So 37 blocks squared. That's a big area. Gonna have to clear out some of this. Move this campfire, unfortunately. That's going to be the corner of it right here. Corner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because yes. This is how I'm like mapping out the scale of this thing. Hold on. This is supposed to be 4 tall. I do not think I've ever heard this song before. Oh boy. That's just half of the warehouse. Oh boy. That's the scale we're going with here, huh? That's big. Like, really big. I think I matched that right. Oh. Oh, jeez. That's not right. That's better. Jeez Louise, that's the scale of this darn thing. That's the square footage of this thing. Holy. Wow. At least now this is lined up. I know I spent this pretty much this whole episode in creative mode, and I'm honestly not that upset about it, honestly. This whole episode was supposed to be pretty much just be about planning the warehouse. And that's what I did. Mission accomplished. Alright. But yeah, that's actually all the time I have for this week's episode. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed and you are new to the channels, then for those on YouTube, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that like button to let me know you want more. Also, be sure to check me out on Twitch where I'm also streaming this series. Link will be in the description. And for those already on Twitch, thank you so much. Do appreciate it. If you enjoyed, you're new to that channel, then be sure to leave a follow and turn notifications to be notified when I go live next. If y'all want to know when I stream in general, I stream every Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and I generally run for about 2 hours. My bad. Oh, what did I do wrong this time? I just didn't put this high enough. And if y'all want to catch up on previous episodes of the series, then there will be a link, or sorry, there will be a playlist on my YouTube channel containing one for each series. So if there's a specific series you want to catch up on, then be sure to check out my playlists on my YouTube channel. And with all that said and done, that is once again it for this week's episode. Tune in next week where we actually get to work building this thing, because I'll actually do some off-camera resource gathering for this. Gathering till next episode, and the next episode will be nothing but resource gathering. Just saying. Because this is a lot of resources that I'm going to need. And, you know, maybe I'll actually be able to build this whole thing in one episode. And not take multiple episodes to actually decorate the whole thing. Jeez, that's the whole frame. That is the whole frame of this. That is crazy. We are going to need to hollow up some hollow ground, though, so that we can have room for item transportation. This is going to be the warehouse. That's crazy. Ooh. Alright, well, with all that said and done, once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye now.